Hello everybody and welcome back to Onion playing yogscast complete pack single player for the ShadowzsOnion channel. Now, as some of you may know, last episode we worked with these guys. This thing, this thing, this thing, and it's grown now, but this thing. And we were specifically working on doubling ores. Now, since we have our doubling ores taken care of, mining has now been officially addressed on what to do to make mining efficient on this mod pack, for the most part. We now know what to do once we get the materials early on. How do you actually go about getting the materials? Well, for that you need in part this, and for more part these. The goal is to make a hammer. Now, the hammer is a fantastic tool. It's part of Tinker's Construct. It allows you to mine in 3x3. So here's how you would go about making one of these. First off, you need one of these stencil tables. And in this you put a blank pattern, easy peasy to make. It's just 2 of any blank, and then 2 sticks. For some reason, iron helmets are a stick in this mod pack. Not going to question that. And with these patterns, you're able to put them in the stencil table, and hit the previous and next pattern button to change what this blank pattern will become a pattern of. So in this case we want a hammerhead pattern. We have one already. Hanging out here in this pattern chest. Hammerhead pattern. What you do, you don't need to make one of these pattern chests. I happen to like them. They work very well alongside this part builder and the stencil table. Shut up! Get out of here! You're an orphan. Nobody loves you. Jeez. You deserve that. Go ahead and put your hammerhead over here in the part builder. Put in whatever material you want to make it out of. It can't be a metal, so I can't put something like, say, iron in here. Don't have iron right now. That's weird. And you will get a hammer head made out of wood. We already have one. Truth be told, I've tried twice now to record this episode, and Fraps has failed on me both times. I think I've got it fixed now. From looking around, you can see those screenshots. I've been using a physical sign that I push the button of taking a screenshot to know whether or not my recording's working. Not going to do it right now. We're going to switch that later. So at the moment, inside this large smelter, we have a bunch of iron and this stuff, Angmallen. Angmallen is the worst! Angmallen is a part of the metallurgy mod. And you get it by mixing iron as well as gold together. And when you do, you get Angmallen. And now, the easiest way to do this is to mix them together in one of these fantastic big smelteries. And this stuff is next to useless. Let's put in a couple more letters. Look at this. 6 attack damage. For comparison, here's an iron sword, plus 6 attack damage. It's just a fancy looking iron. I have about 2 blocks of this stuff and another 14 ingots hanging out in here. We're going to be replacing our iron with Angmallen once this breaks. Hello, no helmet. So what you would do in order to make this is you would place the block in here, and you would pour fantastic molten gold on it. I don't have any molten gold. I have molten Angmallen, so I can't make one right now. But that doesn't matter. We already have a cast. And when doing so, you will get a cast. It takes, I think it's 2? Is it 2 ingots to make one of these casts? So that's 1 gold ore's worth. Place it in here, and then you would pour in your metal. So in this case, we're using iron because we're making a very basic one. So you let it get poured in. Eventually it will solidify, and you get the part that you're trying to make. Now you bring it over here to the tool forge. Now this is a bit more expensive. The reason I made this Tinker's Construct smeltery before I made the Tinker's Construct tool forge is that the tool forge itself requires 4 blocks of iron. So that would be basically 9 iron ingots if you use one of these. 9 iron ore. let's see here, no, 18 iron ore. 18 iron ore converts into one of these, alongside the seared bricks, which we looked at last episode, which is just smelting this grout stuff, and one of these tool stations, which is made with a blank pattern, crafting table. All these different things are made with blank patterns evolved on top of, let's see if I can remember this correctly, wooden plank, a chest, a wooden, no, just a log. It's just a wooden log, and then this one on top of a crafting table. And these little patterns that you need are easy to make. Any two pieces of plank, any two pieces of stick, any two sticks. What I've been using is this bamboo stuff, which is growing over here, because this stuff spreads like crazy. There was originally just 2 pieces of bamboo when I first started the server this world 2 days ago. Been playing on this world maybe for a grand total of 5 or 6 hours, and there was one on either side of the river, and now it's grown into that. Bamboo is fantastic. Just grows like crazy. Sticks. I've been going down and cutting it down every time I need to make tools. Gone through a lot of tools. We're doing fine. So anyways, bring your parts over into this thing. Click on the tool you want. So in this case we want a hammer. As you can see, we already made one. Put it on your little bits. So your hammerhead, it would be 2 large plates and a tough tool rod as well. And you would be able to pull out whatever the tool is in question. And you're also able to name it. So we've named our hammer George in honor of the beautiful George Costanza of Seinfeld. Now on these things you're able to put modifiers as well. As you can see, we've already put a diamond on here. When you make one of these part builders at any point, the stencil table, the pattern chest, the first time you make one you'll get this book, which is Materials in You, Volume 2, which will show you all the tools, all the materials, and then all the modifiers you can put on those tools. So you have your rapier, which lets you jump backwards with your right click. It's just a weapon. Your frying pan, which can double as a furnace on the go. A bunch of different things. You can see all the different things you're able to make items out of, as well as their properties. So we're making out of iron. So this has the speed of 6. It can mine up to redstone. Doesn't do especially large amount of damage. Does more damage than other things. We're probably going to try to work our way up to getting some alumite. This is a pretty good base material for all your tools. We're just making basic stuff at this point, so we're not making too many. Just a excavator, which is essentially another hammer, but it digs dirt and sand in 3x3. Sitting here we have this. We can throw more redstone on it because we have an extra modifier. Throwing redstone on here, for every 50 redstone you put on, it will get another haste. So we have 50 sitting on there right now, so this is currently haste 1. So it'll mine much quicker than normal. Now, as you go along digging, your items will take durability. Hey, let me show you something. I found something amazing earlier. It's coming down here. I found this spider dungeon. Found it when I was recording the second time I was trying to record this episode. I found this little puppy. Ooh, Bubby, this thing's gonna be fantastic. Can use one of these things to get infinite amounts of string. Fantastic for wool. The fact it's a spawner allows you to get mob essence, which is essential for this mod pack, especially for early on, because you don't want to spend all your time mining, do you? No, you don't. And even more important, string is one of the main ingredients in one of my favorite items. No, I still don't know how to spell balloons. Balloon? Balloon? Balloons, which are part of mechanism. Takes a string and a leather and a rose. Gonna have to find a cow spawner at some point. Hopefully. Or make one. Probably make one. Soul shards, that's in here. Great mod. Anyways, so as you notice, this little tool's taking damage. Unlike your normal enchanted tools, you are able to fix these without the use of an anvil. It's much cheaper. We need some iron. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some iron. Do we have any in the chest to make this a little bit faster? No. Yes. There we go. Just go ahead and break this down. So since we made an iron tool, we are able to repair this with iron if we want to. So we put iron in here, as well as it. Check it out. No longer has any damage. We'll go ahead and fix up this excavator too. Easy peasy. It's a fantastic tool. Alright. Now, say for instance you're not a fan of Tinker's Construct. You're a big fan of normal enchantment. And plus you also need enchantment because there's a few modifiers you can get on weapons and tools in this mod pack that you can't put on using this. They're all special enchantments that were added on, such as Open Blocks, I believe, added in the Flim Flam achievement, and I think Soul Shards adds in the Vorpal enchantment, which allows you to, cut heads off mobs more easily. So you can make your enchanting table just like normal, nothing special about it, there's no extra recipes. But then you can also make these. These are from Open Blocks, and they are tanks. Could not be easier in the world to make. 4 pieces of obsidian, 5 pieces of glass pane. You can be in and out of here in a second. And these tanks will hold any liquid, lava, water, milk, whatever. I'm using it for XP. But Brandon, how do you get the XP out, and how do you get the XP in? How does this work? Easy. Right click on the tank. Get your levels. It'll pull off the next XP. Every time you right click, it'll pull out enough XP for 1 level. Check out that animation. It's so cool. So if you want to, you can come in here and you can enchant something. We'll just put on an iron sword. So there you go. Soul Steel and Smite 1. Fantastic. So now I can use this for soul shards. Ooh, that worked out great. Now, seeing as how you're going to die a lot in this mod pack, because there are abundance of mobs, as well as, what difficulty are we playing on? Let's get on hard. We want hard. As well as most of them have armor. You can stand on one of these things, these XP drains, and it will pull out all the XP into whatever tank is underneath of it. And these drains are cheap. Cheap to make. All you need to do is put a bunch of iron bars together. Oh no. Real world problems. It's happened again. Oh god. Please don't kill the recording. Cat chewing on the wires. Pulled out the power cable. Luckily it's a laptop, so it has a battery. You should probably try to figure out a way to keep that cable in place. Now, there's a couple other things though. So this is fantastic for if you like enchanting. And just like normal, put your books around it. It's 1.6. It takes quite a bit of bookshelves. There's some places you can find the bookshelves. Villages are nice. You can go into the Twilight Forest if you really want to. I'm probably just going to do it normal. One of the first goals here is going to be a cow spawner. There's a couple other things you're going to need. Food's a big deal in this. We just changed it to hard. We should make sure we're ready to sleep. You're going to definitely need to get some wheat going. Just start up a garden as soon as you get in here and just throw in anything you can possibly find. Anything at all. Where's the wheat? There's got to be wheat in here. There we go. I'm blind. With this wheat, you can craft in one of these to make wheat flour. And this wheat flour, if you throw it in a furnace, or a kiln, or an oven, or any kind of a cooking mechanism, it will turn into a piece of bread, which is fantastic eating. Very good, easy way to get started. Now eventually though, you're in a mod pack. Let's say you don't like to eat vanilla food like bread. I would highly recommend getting these 3 things. A raspberry, a blackberry, and a blueberry. All part of the Magical Crops mod. And what you can do with these 3 things is take them over here to a crafting table. Put them together in the crafting table. They can go in any order with a glass bottle and a squeezer. And this squeezer is easy to make. It's just a couple pieces of cobblestone and a piece of smooth stone. And you'll get Berry Blast. Now check it out. The squeezer doesn't take durability. You just have to have it in there. You can in fact have your own crafting station just set up with a bunch of bottles and the squeezer in there, and you just have to load in the berries. But this thing gives you 4 hunger. You get the bottle back, and my personal favorite part of it, it has fantastic saturation. So it takes a while for you to get hungry again. Love this Berry Blast stuff. One other thing I would highly recommend you get straight off the back. This is from the the Spanish Chidori mod. Chidori, that's what that is, the Chidori mod. This mod was originally part of Mariculture, but it got so popular amongst mod makers that it got split off into its own thing. This is a book for holding these tutorial books. So rather than have 5 books taking up space in your inventory, you get 1. And you can put it in a chest, and whenever you need it, come back. There you go. I need to know the basics of mariculture. So you pull out basic materials and processing, and you're all set and ready to go. One last thing I highly recommend you have. A house. As you notice, we're just sort of sitting out here in the open. I haven't bothered to put lights everywhere because I'm not a big fan of torches. We'll get to that later, the replacement for torches. So we're just going to try to get ourselves a nice big building to get started off in. Now we're going to make it a big circle around two-story deal, which has an upper floor that goes around this entire L, and a bottom floor, which is only that space right there. The problem I'm having, I can't decide what materials to use. These are all the woods I have available to me. Just look up there at Wayla, what am I looking at mod, right there in the middle, upper, to see what I have available. What's also nice is that you can use the chisel mod. There's a chisel right here somewhere. There we go. Along with the vanilla woods, so the birch, the jungle, and the oak. Go ahead and take the chisel in your hand, open it up. This is a great mod, by the way. You can put a new texture on this vanilla wood. Sadly, it does not work with the Natura woods, nor does it work with these Growthcraft bamboo. Only the vanilla. So I could potentially get a new texture on these if I want to. Probably we're going to utilize a vanilla wood as well as a Natura wood. Although I am quite liking the way this bamboo and tiger wood planks are looking together. But I'm not sure yet. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to think through what I'm going to do when I get started on the house. We'll catch you next time once the house is mostly finished. We'll probably take a gander at that fantastic mod, Bibliocraft. Bye.